Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You come to Ethiopia before?
No, first time for me. Not the first time in the region, but first time in Ethiopia.
And what is your observation for in sport of chess Ethiopia?
I believe the Ethiopian Chess Federation is quite active, and it's a good occasion, the zonal tournament, to show strengths of Ethiopian players competing against other players in this zone. And I can see that in Africa, chess is developing very quickly, both in Ethiopia and in neighbor countries like Kenya and others.
Let me back to 3 or 2 years. When there is an election of executive member in the World Chess Federation, I don't know, especially the delegate comes to Ethiopia and they promise to support Ethiopia. One of them, I think you are one of them.
Well, I was not coming here, but of course we made sure that our development fund is accessible to all countries around the world, in particular in Africa. Most of the funds actually went to African countries from our development budget. Each federation received certain support, financial support for their programs. It's built based on targets, what each federation wants to achieve, which projects are more important, education or developing clubs. Some federation ask for chess sets, some federation ask for support of ladies in chess or kids, and we provide support based on the requests from federation.
There is a zonal competition here in Addis. That's the reason why you come here.
Yes.
And what's your observation regarding to the competition?
It's a 6th round already, and it looks like players are happy about playing over the board. After the pandemic, it was not easy to organize tournaments, but looks like players are enjoying competing against each other, and they are eager to show their talents. I think the organization is quite decent, and the best players will come then to African Championships and World Cup as well.
And what's the World Chess Federation and Ethiopian Chess Federation relationship look like for the future?
We want to build long-term connections, long-term relationships to conclude with each federation, including Ethiopian Chess Federation, at least 3-year agreement to support chess here in this country based on the priorities that the federation will announce itself. We will not push anyone to do certain things. Each country knows what to do, but we will support this best intentions. And an important thing that each federation will know in advance for 3 years ahead that the support will be provided.
On other sports, like football and athletics, Africa cannot look equally like Europe, like Northern and Southern. What about in chess?
In chess, Africa is developing now quite quickly, but the gap is still quite big between Africa and Europe. Actually, in athletics, some countries are very close to others. Like Kenya is now competing with the United States in athletics for the first spot in the rankings. In chess, the gap is still quite substantial, and a few things that we'll be doing will help African countries to close the gap. First is young talent development, and we will make sure that coaches are provided for these young players so that they can develop their skills. The second thing, we will support holding international tournaments in each country, so players would not have to go necessarily far away to Europe or other countries to play, but other players will be coming to Africa and playing here. So this is in our plans to help African countries to be closer to their competitors.
In Ethiopian chess sports, the main tackle is lack of material, especially chessboard and
yes,
the related materials. So what's your promise for the future?
Two things. We are now talking to producers, mostly in China, of course, to supply the big number of chess sets for Africa. Hopefully we can do it in the nearest future. Also, we believe that it would be good to produce chess sets here in Africa and to establish facilities that will help make it cheaper than just buying from other countries.
My final question, when you are here in Ethiopia in Addis, is there any homework out of the competition?
Well, every time when I come to the tournaments, I'm learning a lot myself from the experiences. But the main thing that when people come together here from different federations, they learn from each other and share best practices, including in organization, in marketing, getting partners. And my homework would be to summarize this data that I get from various countries, including here in Ethiopia, and to build the future program based on the best experiences I got from all our partners, including here in Addis Ababa.
Okay. If you have any message for Ethiopian, for African and Ethiopian officials, for Ethiopian, please take a minute.
We have a long-standing tradition of collaborating with Africa and Ethiopia in particular, and my most important wish is to have the greatest possible ambition, since if you have the big ambition, you can achieve big things, and we will support it.
Thank you.
Thank you.